Yesterday we left off with almost removing the oil cooling filter housing. Had no luck. We were going to remove the exhaust manifold only, but I seen the video that I recorded yesterday and I noticed cracks on the turbo booster, so we're going to remove the turbo booster also. It looks like we can remove the whole manifold, exhaust manifold with the turbo. Maybe to remove this here vacuum line. Yeah, this has to come out. Everything now should come out with the as a whole assembly. Exhaust manifold along with the turbo. I'm gonna go to the bottom now. There's the turbo booster impeller. There's that I get the valve, the little round thing. It looks like a plate with that right there. That's the shifter. It opens and closes. Part of the reason why I stopped last night because I had to go to work, and because it was dripping a lot of antifreeze. It's still dripping antifreeze. You know, I wiped it down just a few minutes ago. That gotta come out. Return hose for antifreeze. I already popped that out. I ruined the radiator hose yesterday trying to pry it out. I had a hard time removing that clamp. That clamp too, trying to get some kind of tool in there to break it loose. I let it sit overnight and it's still dripping antifreeze, man. I want to start with that vacuum hose. Remove that clamp and try not to break the vacuum line. Goes all the way to the back. Come on, man. Fuck, man. Somewhere back there. See it? Goes back there somewhere to the back of the engine. As usual, just hard to took the clamp out of that end, the one top one, hard to push out. So I tried the one back there, hard to reach the clamp. It's just the usual bullshit. So I'm just gonna remove start doing that, and then hopefully it'll drop and I'll be able to reach it and not break the vacuum line. So far I've been breaking all the exhaust manifold nuts with that 1/4 inch ratchet and 1/4 inch 10 metric socket, 1/4 inch deep socket. Again, I've been breaking them loose with that small wrench. My son, he has no school activity, so he's out here helping me out. I really appreciate it. My daughters, I don't know, they got other plans to be out here helping me out. He's removing the exhaust nuts. So the brass ones are nuts, and then the chrome ones, they're screws. See that? So the bottom ones are brass nuts, and then the top ones are screw. If you're facing it like that. We're gonna get this plate out of the way. I took the bracket out. It's an E12. It was right there. I'm gonna remove that bracket too. I went ahead and removed both of them just to be out of the way. And like I said before, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to get whatever in the way as much as possible. I can see what's going on. These things were in the way, so there's the pattern. Cell phone's upside down. My son took the last nut there, took it out. It came out with the whole stud. All right, so far all of these are the ones that are visible. Now we gotta find the ones that we cannot see. The ones that are holding the exhaust manifold and get them out. There's one right there. Well, this is in the way. We'll try to figure out a way to get it out. That one needs to come out right in there. And those two underneath, you can see them behind the, right after the studs. You can see them down there between the manifold gap. We found one. My son's removing it. That's where it's at. One we found. There's the other one. The other screw fell somewhere in the back, so we couldn't get it out. We got the nut out, but it dropped. Now that one's next. That one came out like that. Pain in the butt, we got it out. All right, we took all those out. We did not remove that. We tried all those, they didn't work. We were able to get the socket in there, the 1/4-inch socket in there, but we just couldn't wrench it. We used a swivel, we just couldn't turn it. So then I used that, just turning it slowly. I used that, it worked for a little bit, and it was hard to wrench it because this was hitting the certain areas. Then I used that to wrench it all the way out. Then I just pushed the nut like that, so it's, it just kept unscrewing, came out. I did it from down here. Took a while. Now, of course, it should come out, and then I'll be able to take the clamp on that little hose I was talking about earlier, and I'm gonna drain the rest of the water and undo that clamp. Hopefully it'll come down a little bit, and then I'll reach that clamp that I was having an issue with earlier. That clamp. Hopefully I don't break the vacuum line. Hopefully I don't break it. Hopefully those are all them. Hopefully that's all that need to be removed. All right, that plate came out first. So you see that plate came out first. It goes around the exhaust manifold. He's gonna pry on that manifold. Here. That's where we're at right now. All right, this plate came out from behind the manifold like that. I slid it out like this. I'm gonna turn it around. There you go, we got the oil cooling filter housing out. There's the old one, there's the new one. This popped out once we had it out. Popped out like that. I ruined that hose trying to push the other end out, so we need another hose right there. Water line hose. I'm gonna move this, transfer it to the other one. There you go. Well, I'm gonna have to transfer the sensor 2 over there. There's the other end, other side. I mean, they look the same. That must be a part number, because the new one don't have it. An O-ring right there, the O-ring right there. I don't know, maybe it wasn't leaking. Green paint mark. That got to be transferred over there. I don't know, maybe it was leaking. It's a bunch of like oil dirt buildup. I don't know. Not an expert. I just work as I learn stuff as I go. This is all new territory. So I transfer the sensor. I'm not sure what that ring is about. I don't see on the old one that ring. Something in there. See it? Yeah. That must be the feed line. Where the feed line goes to. I'm gonna need another hose like that. Cause the one, like I said, I ruined it. As you can see, it's getting dark. So my goal today was to remove the oil cooling filter housing. I did. I got it out down underneath the engine. That's where I got it out from. Tomorrow, I'm gonna see about that vacuum line. I don't want to ruin it. But the turbocharger booster is coming out too tomorrow. This is the vacuum line that worries me. I mean, I could cut it in half and then put shrink tape, but no, I'm gonna remove it off that whatever hose bar in, whatever it pushes into. This is for me, for my recording to look at back in the future. There's that gasket. I won't get the gasket out. The gasket came out like so, like that. This front of the engine. This side was mounted on the block. On the intake, the exhaust manifold that was mounted on there, just facing me. Do you guys out there that know mechanic way more than me, do you know if it was leaking from there? I don't think so. I don't think so. What I mean by that, I don't think it was leaking from there. I'm gonna turn it around. There, it turns it around. I can't tell if it's leaking or not, so I don't know, man. You know, talking about the exhaust smoke. I'm gonna turn it back around. That's the front that was facing the exhaust, the cooling fan. I wonder if they used a silicone gasket to mount to put it on to keep it from leaking. I don't know what all this black stuff is. Like that, that's how it was seated then. GM, whatever, partner with it probably. There we go. Tomorrow we'll remove the catalytic converter along with the exhaust manifold. I wonder what that is. That hasn't come out. It's attached to the catalytic converter. It's attached to the turbo booster, man. Jeez. Slowly but surely. Like I said, I just hope that leak ain't coming from between the engine block and the bed plate. If it is, then it looks like it's pretty easy to redo, you know, on my own, but I gotta do some more research. I don't know if I gotta take the whole that in out just to put a new silicone gasket for the bed plate and the engine block. I'm not sure. But there you go, call it a night. Working on my daughter's car. I don't know. It was on the engine. Found this piece here. Found that piece laying right there. Just laying there. No, it's probably someone that worked on it before me. Back there's the transmission. You can see that where the cap. Back there's a transmission back there. Just for my records. Since I got a lot of stuff out of the way, I can do a lot of recording and might help somebody out too in the future if they're curious. What's underneath there? What the hell got to come out? Well, there you go. Top view. Top view. Still gotta take the return radiator hose out tomorrow, and then that screw there, right there, and then the vacuum line without breaking the vacuum line. And I should have that turbocharger booster out along with the exhaust manifold. Another angle. Right on, mijo. Thank you for your help.